everyone, my name is Jack from Cultaholic.com and it's time for my Wrestlers of the Week. Very exciting indeed because of course we have kicked off with the G1 Climax over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Last year's G1 Climax was reported by many as the best wrestling tournament of all time ever. Will this year's live up to the expectations set by 2017's edition? Also, we had Extreme Rules, which was a bit, wasn't that good a show, was it? But maybe one or two superstars from the show will sneak their way onto this list. Hopefully so. Let's find out. Let's have a look. Wrestlers of the Week. First of all, as per usual, we have some honourable mentions to get through. I want to give a shout out first of all to my boy Andrade Cien Almas, who was finally given a chance to shine on SmackDown Live. Also, some of the guys from the G1 who put on really good matches, but not quite good enough to make this week's top 10, including Ishii off the top of my head, Zack Sabre Jr., Juice Robinson. They've all had really good matches, but in the G1, everyone has sick matches. So step your game up now, lads. Also want to give a shout out to Kairi Sane, who is the new #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship. Well done, Kairi. Unfortunately, wasn't quite enough to get you on Wrestlers of the Week this week, but we will see another NXT superstar on Wrestlers of the Week. Don't you worry about that. Who could it be? You're going to find out. Just chill. Just relax. I'm so hyped up. I've just necked like 2/3 of an energy drink and I'm feeling jittery. And finally, apparently Defiant Wrestling had a really good show, a really good doubleheader of shows actually recently this week, but it hasn't yet come out on demand, so I will review that as and when it occurs. And apparently, judging by some of the comments I've heard from people who went, some of my friends who went, yeah, it was a really good show. So look forward to that when it comes out. Defiant Wrestling. Number 10, Candice LeRae, Candice Wrestling, one of the best women's wrestlers in the world for my money, but sadly hasn't had too much of a spotlight on her since, first appearing in NXT, at least certainly not for her actual ring work. Her storytelling and her part in the Gargano Ciampa feud has been excellent, but this week I was delighted to see her kick some ass of her own accord. Go on, Candice, go on! Nah, that energy drink, seriously, I don't know what was in it, but I'm quite scared. Candice took part in a triple threat match to become the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship, currently held by Big Bad Shayna Baszler. But, as I mentioned in the honourable mentions, Kairi Sane won the match. That does not mean that Candice LeRae wasn't impressive in this match. She balled out of control. She was hitting double team moves on everybody. Reminded me a little bit of like Candice at her indie peak in PWG when she was just destroying fools. She's kind of like a female Seth Rollins, just flinging herself around the ring with reckless abandon, but mixing in some nice techniques, some nice suplexes as well, and all that sort of thing. I think there was also a big Tower of Doom, and we love that. So well done, Candice. Your first appearance on the list, but I'd wager probably not your last. Number 9, the sublime master thief himself, Toru Yano. If you're unfamiliar with New Japan, I'm going to explain Toru Yano to you. I'm going to give you a brief little breakdown right now. Essentially, right, why am I getting all street all of a sudden? I'm not trying to sell weed to you. Actually, in university, some people did think that I was a weed dealer because apparently I just look like one, which I don't think is true. I don't think it's true. Toru Yano is, he's a comedic figure in the New Japan world. He comes out, he tries to win by doing low blows, roll-ups, tries to unwrap the turnbuckle pad and hit people with it. And he's very, very funny. He's very good at that. He's one of the best comedy wrestlers in the world today. But in the G1, something very special is happening with Yano. And even though his matches themselves may not have been as technically good as guys that I mentioned in the honorable mentions like Zack, Ishii, Juice, his matches have told way more of a story in my opinion. Yano has been basically taking this seriously. His opening match was against Ishii, his stablemate, and Ishii did his normal Ishii thing, all intimidating, bang, big hit to the jaw. Yano looked back at him and just socked him back. It was amazing. Then Ishii had to resort to a low blow when the ref's back was turned to beat Yano because Yano was really trying hard for the first time in so long. Then he had a match with Zack Sabre Jr. and tried to out-wrestle Zack and almost did it. Commentary were putting over how he used to be a great wrestler in his collegiate days. It was excellent. I can't wait for Yano to finally get a big win. I hope it's over someone good, but oh, man, this story's going somewhere and I really like it. 2 points for you, Yano. Number 8, another first appearance on this list. In fact, we've got 4 first appearances in a row, so there's one more coming after this. But number 8 is Rusev, who put on maybe the best Rusev singles match we've ever seen. I think so. I can't remember a better one from Alexander, as he used to be known. This was excellent. Rusev versus AJ Styles at Extreme Rules. Rusev stole the show at Extreme Rules in my opinion. I thought he was fantastic. I wanted him to win. I understand why he didn't, because as nice as it would have been to see Rusev hold the title, I don't think there is much more. There are many more natural seeming champions. There aren't many more guys who carry themselves like champions, look like champions, act like champions, than AJ Styles right now, but Rusev definitely raised his stock in the eyes of many, and hopefully those backstage in WWE as well. So well done, Rusev. Welcome to the list, you little cheeky Bulgarian little... That's me rubbing his head, because apparently Rusev is about 5'5", yeah. Number 7, Hirooki Goto, the unsung hero of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and one of the harder guys for me to really get behind, I think, because you got guys like Ishii, who are just basically little and hard and just really cool. Kenny Omega, really cool. Naito, really cool. Okada, really cool in a weird way right now. Tanahashi, you know, he's got the John Cena factor. Goto doesn't have any of that. He's kind of a solid figure. He's kind of always there. He's always on time, always there when you call, always there to deliver a good match when he needs to, but has never quite broken that glass ceiling. He's almost like, ooh, who's he like? Maybe like the Cesaro, I want to say, of New Japan. Maybe Mr. Perfect's a better shot, actually. I'm going to go with it. He's the Mr. Perfect of New Japan, but like less heelish, more babyface. Goto put on 2 excellent matches this week, including one that was given 5 stars by Davey Boy Meltzer. That was against Kenny Omega. I personally wouldn't have given it 5 stars myself, but I still very much enjoyed it. Omega did a big moonsault. Goto was doing his big, like, really technical looking suplexes and slams and stuff. Sometimes he'll jut out a knee just at the last second and catch their neck on the way down. It's brutal, but really good as well. So well done, Goto. Not going to win the G1, are you, mate? That was so harsh at the end. Just well done, Goto, but you're a loser, aren't you, so bye-bye. Number 6, the WWE champion AJ Styles. Now, I did say that Rusev stole the show at Extreme Rules, and I hear all of you go, Jack, you big stupid idiot. Why have you put Styles higher than Rusev if you said that Rusev stole the show at Extreme Rules? And I'll tell you why. It's because Styles did really well in this match too, and then had a really good match with Andrade Cien Almas on SmackDown, so suck my balls. No. Styles was very good, as you can imagine, and as I said in the Rusev entry, he looks so good with the belt. He carries himself like a champion, looks like a champion. He's everything that WWE need in a fighting champion right now, especially with certain lads just going off to UFC and not really showing up for months on end, beating CM Punk's record. And Number 5, Kota Ibushi, the Mighty Boosh, as I'm now going to call him, and I hope that catches on. I really, really hope that does. The Mighty Boosh, yes, that's one of the better pieces of content I think I've ever done in my career. Like if you've not seen Ross's Punishment, obviously it was like the best video we've ever put out or whatever. The Mighty Boosh, you don't get this sort of punnery anywhere else on the internet, on the globe. So it's so bad. It's so bad. How am I making a living doing this? Ibushi had 2 excellent matches in the G1 Climax, which is why he makes it on this list. One was with Juice Robinson, and one was with the man who was steadily becoming his old foe, Zack Sabre Jr. I think that was probably the better match of the 2, but both were very enjoyable indeed. Now, Kota Ibushi remains my pick to win the G1, but I'm so not confident with this pick anymore. At the start, I was really cocky. I was like, Ibushi's going to win. I'm seeing more than all of these sheep who think that Omega or Okada's going to win. I know what's going to happen. Ibushi's going to draw with Omega on the last day, sending himself to the finals and annoying Omega. Then he's going to beat Okada in the final. Lads, Okada's probably not going to make the final because he's having a bit of a mental breakdown right now. Does this mean that Ibushi's going to face someone else in the final, like Jay White? Does it mean that Omega's just going to make the final, win with his title, and pick his own opponent, and maybe not even pick Ibushi, leading to tension between them, and then they'll have a match further down the line, potentially at Dominion? Yes, I think I've just nailed it by accident. I think I've just nailed it. So yeah, Ibushi's a really good wrestler, get some points. Well done, mate, well done. Keep on climbing up that league table. Never stop moving, can't you feel the music? DJ's got us going around. S Club 7. Number 4, Jay White, New Zealand, mate. That was Australian, I think. But anyway, Jay White. He beat Okada and Tanahashi in less than 7 days apart. Not many people can say that. He did it in about 3 days, I think. That's very, very good. First of all, beat Okada, his own stablemate and his own leader, really, and then declared afterwards that this is a new Chaos, essentially saying that he's going to seize control of Chaos. He's only 25 years old. He's my age. And I ain't got any authority in the office. Like, he's now seizing control of maybe the biggest faction in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He also defeated Tanahashi and then cut a massive heel promo afterwards, and is just cut a massive heel promo in his New Zealand accent, which the Japanese crowd didn't really understand why the New Zealand accent's funny, but if you're a fan of Flight of the Conchords like myself, you can't hear a New Zealand accent without finding it just a little bit humorous. Hey Brit, hey, I thought we were going to be Daft Punk. I'm trying my best, but I don't think that's spot on. I think it's about 4 out of 10. Number 3, Randy Marsh. Sorry, I mean Kazuchika Okada, who is undergoing his own Randy Marsh South Park style breakdown. Basically, Okada, right, is losing the IWGP Heavyweight Championship to Kenny Omega. He's making it look like it's really taking a toll on him, like mentally. It's fantastic. He changed his gear, dyed his hair red, he's trying to brush it off like nothing's wrong. It's like a parody of when John Cena loses the title. He's like going, oh yeah, whatever, doesn't matter, have some balloons, kids. He's throwing balloons out of the crowd. He's doing unnecessary flips in matches, and crucially, he's not really winning. That's right, Okada came out, lost to Jay White on the first night and looked drunk. He like stumbled down the ramp, still put on a bloody excellent wrestling match, of course, because he's one of the best wrestlers in the world, if not the best, but he made it seem like he was struggling, which is genius. Some of the best storytelling I can remember seeing recently. It's so good. Then had a match with Bad Luck Fale, who's always a bit of a wild card in these sort of G1 climaxes. He can beat anyone realistically given his size, and did beat Kazuchika Okada. Not without a bit of interference, but still defeated him, and Okada's losing streak continued. So yeah, I just love what he's doing right now, Okada. He's going through a quarter-life crisis, and it's genius. Quarter-life crisis? I think I've got my maths wrong. He's probably about 30, so unless he lives to 120 years old, it's probably not a quarter-life crisis. You know what? If anyone's going to live that long, I reckon it could be Kazuchika Okada. Number 2, Kenny Omega, right? He got 2 5-star matches this week from Dave Meltzer, one against Goto and one against Tetsuya Naito. So why is he not Wrestler of the Week? Well, in my humble opinion, I don't think that, the first match against Naito may well have been a 5-star match. I don't know. For me, I'd have to watch it again a couple more times to really decide, because it wasn't one that I immediately saw and thought, 5-star match. But again, it wasn't one that I watched and thought, not a 5-star match. I'd have to decide. The second match for me against Goto was excellent, but not a 5-star match. And there was someone this week who just did a little bit better. So for all your promos, Kenny, about how you're the best bout machine, like, oh, all the matches in the climax are great, but I'm the best wrestler, I'm gonna get all the stars. Mate, you're not number 1 on Wrestlers of the Week this week, are you? What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about some nerdy British lad on YouTube telling you that you're not very good? I'm not even saying he's not very good. Personally, I think he is the best wrestler in the world today, but not this week, Kenny. You were not good enough. Just tearing into him, the poor man. He's so good at his job as well. Number 1, and my Wrestler of the Week, and I think this is only his 2nd ever appearance on Wrestlers of the Week, which is crazy to me, given the fact that he too is one of the best wrestlers in the world. It's my boy. Try not to pat the microphone when I do that. Tetsuya Naito. Naito is wonderful and kind of got lost in the shuffle this year, but after losing to Okada, he went on a bit of a slump. Then he won the Intercontinental belt from Suzuki. It was a bit of an unpopular booking decision, I think. Then he dropped that belt to Jericho, and since then he's never really regained the momentum that he had in 2017. But this could be the start of it, because he had just a brilliant blow-away match with Kenny Omega, another excellent match with Ishii, and for my money, is the best G1, he's the MVP of the G1 climax so far. And yeah, we're only a few days in, but yes, I think he's the MVP of the G1 climax so far. And I can't believe it's only his 2nd appearance on this list. In fact, I think it's his first appearance since Wrestle Kingdom in week 1, when he only got like 5 points or something. So, man, Naito, pick up, this could be the start of something new. That's a High School Musical song. Yeah, this could be the start of something new, like Zac Efron. You can really do this, Naito, I believe in you. I need to lie down. I'm really boiling, and that energy drink's taking its toll on me. But thank you for watching. Now let's take a look at the league table. So as we can see, Okada and Omega are up to 3rd and 4th place respectively, with just 1 point separating them. How exciting. Rivals IRL and rivals on this league table too. Ibushi moves up to joint 14th alongside Buddy Murphy and Suzuki, a weird combination there. But who will do well as the G1 climax moves into its 2nd week? Will Naito continue his march towards the top 25? Will stuff happen at Slammiversary on Sunday? Could we see Moose make it onto this list? Moose! I guess we'll find out. So that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching Wrestlers of the Week. I've been Jack from Cultaholic.com. You can follow me on Twitter as Jack the Jobber. You can follow all of us at Cultaholic, and you can check out our Patreon too if you want. Patreon.com/Cultaholic. And never forget, of course, to join us.